Hey everyone, I'm Landon with LMR.com. In this video, I'm going to be discussing a problematic door glass issue with 1994 to 2004 Mustangs and how you both prevent it and in most cases fix it if your car has fallen victim. No matter what, each and every single car ever made has some sort of weird, janky problem that seems to occur as they age. Well, one of those janky situations for 94 to 04 Mustangs is the door glass brackets. There's a total of 3 brackets that affix the door glass to the window regulator, which is then secured with silicone adhesive. Over the years, this silicone will fail, causing the window to become unstable and either tilt back or forward depending on which bracket has become loose or completely fallen off. Because we like to solve problems here at LMR and offer great solutions, our very own Scott Hubbard developed these exclusive window support braces. These support braces are designed to structurally reinforce the 3 factory brackets, which will not only possibly prevent a bracket from coming loose, but will repair a bracket that has come loose. Each brace is constructed from quality steel and features accurately placed provisions for each door glass bracket. The braces are symmetrical in design so that they can be installed on either the driver or the passenger side. We also provide the necessary hardware to fully install each bracket. Taking a closer look at each screw, you'll notice that we provide 2 types of tapping screws. One is going to have a point and one is going to have a blunt nose. The blunt nose screws are definitely ideal in this situation. However, because we are dealing with production cars, the screws with the sharp points will be used if you run into a scenario where the hole in the bracket doesn't completely line up with the hole in the brace. All right, now to the good stuff. The car we are going to be working on, it just so happens to be a real 2000 Cobra R that we just had the opportunity to pick up a week or so ago at the time of this video. Yes, it's rough. And yes, it was a barn find. As you can see, the condition it's currently in. But like most of the cars we own, we are going to get it back into fighting shape throughout our ownership. But hey, in the meantime, drop us a comment if you would like to see more on this super rare car. All right, so before we begin the install, these support braces aren't the easiest things to install, mainly because of their location. However, if you have just a few basic tools, it can be done by most enthusiasts with average mechanical ability. In order to gain access to the inside of the door panel will need to be removed. We already have a nice video put together instructing how to do so. You can check it out down in the video description. Whenever the door panel is out of the way, remove the hardware securing the speaker to the door. The hardware may differ depending on the installer of the speaker and if the speaker was upgraded. Disconnect the electrical connection or spade connectors if it is a non-factory speaker. Go ahead and set the speaker aside. All right, so check this out. Once I removed the speaker, I noticed the frontward window bracket laying inside of the door frame. It even had a dirt dauber's nest on it. Talk about a barn find, huh? If this is your situation, set the bracket aside so that we can address it later on in the process. Carefully dislodge the harness clips from the door frame. Disconnect the power mirror electrical connection. Slowly remove the moisture barrier from the door frame and set it aside with the sticky side facing up. Because of these cars had the auto down feature, it may be easier to roll the window all the way down and then bump it up until you can access each bracket. If, for whatever reason, you have to reach inside of the door, always make sure the key is in the off position. You don't want to accidentally hit the button while your hand is in the way. At this point, we need to remove any silicone adhesive that may have bled into the lower holes in each bracket. This is done by using a pick or something small like an Allen wrench. Because the bracket is raw steel, you do have the option to prep and paint each brace with a rust preventive paint. For this video, we are going to refer to a door glass that has been removed from a donor car for representation purposes. You'll also see that we have painted our braces so that you can easily see it whenever it's installed. Taking a closer look at each brace, you'll notice all 8 of the holes are offset to one side. The offset will be positioned up towards the top of the door. The lettering and alphabet system will read from the rear of the car toward the front. You'll see holes 1 through 8 on the braces and A through C for the brackets. Again, this is to help you guys better understand the grouping and placement of the brace in relation to each bracket. Before we begin, here's a quick crash course on how and where to access each bracket and hole. Hole locations 1 and 2 on bracket A are accessed through the large opening at the rear of the door. Hole 3 on bracket B is accessed through the rectangular opening at the bottom of the door. Holes 4 and 5 on bracket B are accessed through the circular opening just behind the door handle assembly. Hole 4 is tricky to get to because of the angle, but it can be managed if you so choose. Hole 6 cannot be accessed with the door glass in the car. Hole 7 on bracket C can be used only if you remove the door handle assembly. This requires you to drill out a pop rivet and then slide the assembly toward the side mirror. You can then use one of the small openings to access hole 7. Hole 8 on bracket C is accessed through the small rectangular opening where the window motor electrical harness is located. Now we'll prep the braces for install. Use a blunt nose screw to cut threads in holes 3 through 8 on both brackets. Have a little common sense here as you're cutting threads into steel. This will take a little bit of effort to accomplish. If one of the brackets were loose and had fallen down in the door frame, go ahead and take this time to clean it. Personally, I would leave the old silicone in place. This will act as a cushion for the glass and metal bracket so that you don't hear any weird noises. Position the support brace behind bracket C. Use 2 screws to secure the brace to the bracket. Go ahead and fully tighten these screws. Feed the brace and bracket through the large opening. Seat the glass into the bracket and make sure the plastic guide is positioned into the metal channel near the speaker opening. Align hole 1 and slide a small zip tie through the backside. Install another zip tie and run it down until it's loosely tight. This will help hold the brace in place, all while allowing the brace to have movement while you install the other screws. Because of the locations of these holes, it's going to be in your best interest and save you a lot of headache if you have a magnetic tip screwdriver. Loosely install a screw into hole 2. Bring the window up to the circular opening and install a screw into hole 5. You can fully tighten the screw. If you can install a screw into hole 4, go ahead. If not, no biggie. Bring the window down to the bottom rectangular opening. Install and tighten a screw into hole 3. At this point, you can position the window to access bracket A. Remove the zip tie and install a screw into hole 1. Fully tighten. Go ahead and fully tighten the screw in hole 2. Now you can roll the window all the way up and all the way down. Before closing the door, make sure nothing is interfering or in the way. Slowly close the door and verify that the glass is not going to make contact with the A-pillar. If someone has adjusted the glass before to compensate for this problem, make note of the vertical stop adjustment locations. These are 11mm bolts and can be moved up or down. If you have to do this, make small changes. Also, in order for the adjustments to be made, the window needs to be free of the stops, so roll it down just a few inches. This is now a good time to double and triple check everything. Once you feel confident, reinstall your moisture barrier, the speaker, and reconnect the power mirror switch. Reinstall the door panel and then repeat these same exact steps for the other side. If you are installing this bracket onto a car that has not failed, follow these exact steps starting with the zip tie. Also note what we showed in the video may slightly differ from person to person, as the problem will be different from car to car. There is no doubt about it. Fixing and restoring cars, especially a 2000 Cobra R, is such a joy. Honestly, I wish I had these brackets 8 years ago when I owned my 1999 GT and when I first met my now fiance with her 2000 GT. The brackets in our cars had worked their way loose like they all do, and me not knowing any better, I had to shop install new door glass, which of course was pretty expensive. Not to mention, I had to give up my factory floor door glass, which I still shoot myself in the foot to this day. Overall, guys, this is such a great part. It's simple, it's to the point, but it's gonna help so many of you 1994 to 2004 Mustang enthusiasts out there needing to repair and possibly prevent this janky problem from happening to you. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to take care of you, because at the end of the day, other than solving problems, we're here to take care of you. For the most current product information, pricing, and the availability on anything you may have seen in the video, check out lmr.com. To see more how-to and review videos covering industry-leading products, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and share this video with your friends, and don't forget to turn on notifications. While you're at it, check out our other videos, and for all things 1979 to present Mustang and SVT Lightning, keep it right here with the real enthusiasts, lmr.com.